Welcome to Digital Hospitality. I am your host, Shawn Wychef, founder of Cali BBQ and Cali BBQ Media. Digital hospitality is a thesis, so we are grateful that you're here listening to the show, watching this show. We believe that every business needs to be digital first and every business needs to be in the hospitality business. We are coming to you from the Restaurant Transformation Tour in San Francisco, hosted by Restaurant365, and they are putting us in front of the most important brands in our space. Today we have Rory from Ike's Love and Sandwiches.
Thanks for having me.
Rory, 80 units.
80 units and growing.
Incredible brand.
Thank you.
Very excited to have you on. Welcome to the show. Can you tell us about the Ike's story?
Ike's story, well, it's a unique story. Ike Shadea started this concept in 2007 out of the Castro district here in San Francisco, so that's pretty cool. On its first day of opening, 0 sandwiches sold. You know, it really felt like
a brutal day.
Yeah, he wasn't sure, and it was on Halloween, dressed in Winnie the Pooh costume.
Oh, Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah.
Wow,
so
it's one of my favorite characters.
It's a great photo we actually have in our training manual to really
That's
show
awesome.
the culture and the history of Ike's. And from there, you know, he kept fighting. He kept winning people over, and got in a battle with the city of San Francisco about noise complaints. There was huge crowds lining up eventually at that location.
Wow.
And the rest is history. We've opened up collectively almost 100 units when you consider some of the franchises that are out there. But Ike's Love and Sandwiches operates 80 units across California, Nevada, Arizona, and Texas. And we're growing at about 15 to 20 units a year at this point.
Well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of the brand. Like I said, I've tried the one in San Diego. What impresses me is anybody that has a commitment to quality and storytelling. You tell stories through your sandwiches, through your brand. It comes alive when you taste it in person, when you see the content that you put on the internet. It's very impressive. For somebody that works so closely within the brand, tell me about technology. How does it play a role in what Ike's does?
So technology is important. And we're, you know, as a growing brand, we're considering, you know, continuing to elevate how technology plays a role in our operations, in our guest-facing, you know, all things guest-facing. You know, really, we've really developed and focused on our guest loyalty, our Ike's app, order and delivery, because third-party and digital pickup is a huge part of our business.
Amazing.
So,
what percentage?
So it's about 45%.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we, you know, on certain days of the week we live and die on our third parties.
Yeah.
And our own Ike's order and delivery.
Incredible.
So we are constantly talking about those metrics. You know, we're working with our operations teams and our field teams to make sure that, you know, we don't turn them off. You turn them off, you lose revenue.
Absolutely. It's a
So
revenue center.
it's very important to Ike's.
How do you teach that to managers and people in operations?
Starts at it's fundamentals, scheduling.
Yeah.
And scheduling PARs. You know, we one really cool thing that we've developed at Ike's is a staffing calculator. So I've whipped this thing up where you say you need 5 people on lunch to execute great service. You need 3 people at dinner. Put in an average employee's shift length, average employee's weekly schedule, and it says you need this many more of these to execute the schedule that you want to do.
Yeah.
If you're staffed, you can generally execute. And then combination of rolling out great training to the teams. We're steadfast in the belief that it starts from the interviewing process, asking the right questions, hiring people that are going to elevate the culture, and then day one, bringing them on that the onboarding experience is second to none, best in class. If they come into there's a meme out there right now where it's the Nick Cage from that movie, and he looks at is it Pedro? I forget his name, but it's basically saying that there's new hires starts the first day and it's a shit show.
Yeah, it's a shit show.
Yeah, it's a shit
sure.
show, and I've been there.
It is
on a shit show.
Well, it's sink or swim. It's
Yeah.
typically in the hospitality space, in the restaurant space. If you don't have the training, if you don't have the structure, that's what it is.
Yep.
It's like, go ahead and good luck.
So number one, their first day is their first impression, and
Yeah.
if we don't execute on that from a company standpoint, we're doing a disservice to a person that hopefully grows with Ike's, grows within our brand, and makes a career out of it.
What brands do you guys admire?
Brands that we admire. Oh wow, I mean, honestly, we do admire Jersey Mike's.
Yeah.
I mean, they have 2,300 plus units
incredible.
at least.
Yeah.
We dine there.
Yeah.
We like their sandwiches. We're different though.
Yeah.
We're a toasted sub. We're known for our iconic dirty sauce, which is basically a baked in garlic aioli on our bottom bun, and then we slather one more cold swipe of dirty sauce on top. So you're getting this pack full, flavorful sandwich. Great juxtaposition of textures and flavors throughout that sandwich, with some funny, cool names attached to them.
Tell me about the names.
So the Menage a Trois. Like I had mentioned earlier, my favorite sandwich, the Backstabber.
The Backstabber.
And then Ike loves sports. Ike himself loves sports, and he's made great relationships with people like Matt Cain, who was a Cy Young World Series champion for the San Francisco Giants, which was it's one of our most popular sandwiches. We have the Madison Bumgarner, another San Francisco Giants, legend, still plays, I believe. And then we have Sometimes I'm a Vegetarian.
Yeah.
That's another fun one.
Sometimes I'm a vegetarian.
There's one great sandwich with buffalo sauce is the Hot Mama Huda.
Okay.
But there's almost 900 variations of our sandwiches.
Wow, that's incredible. 900 variations.
Each menu has 40 to 60 posted menu items, and then there's ones that have been, we've created for employees that have 5 years of service. So if you work for Ike's for 5 years, you get to make your own sandwich.
That's rad.
Yep.
That's I've never heard of that.
And sometimes
That's
it goes
cool.
on the actual menu as well.
Wow, that's super cool. What does hospitality mean to you?
Hospitality. Well, I've had the luxury of working for some great brands in my past. I worked for Burger Lounge, which is a regional grass-fed beef operator out of San Diego, which I'm
Just
sure
had a conversation with Burger Lounge. Incredibly impressive.
Spent 10 years with them, learned a lot from the founder, Dean Loring. And then I had the pleasure of working with Fox Restaurant Concepts for about 3.5 years and learning from Sam Fox and that entire team at Fox Restaurant Concepts. And hospitality is it's why you go to restaurants. I feel like if the food's great, you'll go there a few times. I'll go to restaurants if they have bad food but amazing service.
Yeah.
People that care and try to make you a brand ambassador.
Yeah.
Give you their culture through their food, through the service, through the cleanliness, and that's why I go back at least.
Tell me about the raving fans that you guys have. How do you cultivate more raving fans, or somebody that's listening to this show? They're admiring what you guys do. How do you do that?
So raving fans. So it starts with Ike.
Yeah.
Ike is so personable with guests. We do grand openings, and these grand openings we do, 50 free sandwiches for the first 50 guests in line, and he'll sign T-shirts, and he'll take the time to speak to them. And a lot of founders, they're busy, and he makes the time for them.
That's impressive. When you think about how busy you are with the work that you do for the brand, why is it important for restaurant leaders, executives, chefs, owners, operators to come to industry events like this Restaurant Transformation Tour?
Well, I think that for me, it's meeting great operators, learning. It's seeing what we can we can bring into our operations to improve, and then we just want to be part of this great industry.
Yeah,
it's the best industry in my opinion, and listening to some of these numbers about unemployment and the hiring, restaurants kind of run the world when you think about it.
Yeah, it's for me, my grandfather, the thing we talk about on the show all the time, he told me to stay curious, to get involved, to ask for help. So people that are listening to this show, you're obviously curious. You don't listen to a podcast, watch a YouTube video, consume content, business content, unless you want to level up, improve your business. But then you actually have to do the work.
Yeah.
You actually have to get involved. It's one of those things, when I was a kid and I was in school, I didn't always want to raise my hand. I didn't always want to sit in front of the class. And now I'm starting to realize in life, the more as a leader I raise my hand and the more that I get involved, the more that I make mistakes, the quicker I can learn. And then finally asking for help, knowing that I don't need to develop technology. I don't need to develop a POS. I don't need to develop all these things. There are industry partners out there that I can reach out to. How do you guys find your partners that you work with?
So we're well connected. We know a lot of people. Different directors, VPs, our CEO, attend a lot of these events, and a lot of times they're guests.
Yeah.
And it's great when we hear people at other brands or tech companies that they love our product, and sometimes we meet them via that.
What do you do to take care of yourself? In the hospitality business, we spend all the time taking care of our team, taking care of our customers. We very rarely take care of ourselves. What do you prioritize for yourself?
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 3 kids, a wife, a dog, 2 cats. It's almost a farm village at
Sounds like a farm.
Where I live in Orange County, and you put time away for them.
Yeah.
Because they support you when you're working your butt
Yeah.
off all the time. So.
What advice do you have for anyone in the hospitality business that has a young family?
I think set expectations, and when you're home, get off the phone. Set boundaries with your teams that you can't have certain phone calls at certain times. Now it's not always gonna be the case because of emergencies, but I think letting your family know in advance you're gonna be traveling. Don't let them know a couple days before. Yeah. There's so many things that go into just life these days, especially, and I want to spend time with my kids.
Yeah.
I love when they talk about the brands I've worked at. And it makes it even more special.
Yeah, it was amazing for me. Just Cali Barbecue in San Diego. We were fortunate to have these news relationships. So we go on local news. And Super Bowl weekend, I went to KUSI, and then the next day I was at Fox 5. And my son came to me the night before and was like, "Dad, are you leaving in the morning? Are you going to Fox 5?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm leaving in the morning." He's like, "I want to go." He's 5.
That's so cool.
Literally, he's 5. He's like, "Are we leaving when it's dark outside?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Awesome." And literally, he came with me to the Fox 5 segment. He was able to be a part of that in any way that we can. I mean, I bring my Wychef Wolfpack, my wife, my son, my daughter, even my mother-in-law is with us here in San Francisco. So it's not easy to do. It's a hard thing to do, but what gets me excited, why we do this show, why we do work with Restaurant365, is it gets to introduce me to partners like you, brands like you, brands that I admire from the outside, and now get to know you personally. And anybody that's listening to the show, we put on a show every Wednesday and Friday on the social audio app Clubhouse. So if you own a restaurant, if you're in sales, if you're in marketing, if you're a content creator, if you're just trying to figure out how does this digital hospitality thing work for your business, come on that app, come on stage, share your story, and connect with us. That's every Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific time. You can connect with me at Shawn P. Wychef on any of the social platforms. I'm weirdly available. How can brands come and enjoy a sandwich? What's the best way?
You can go online, ikesandwiches.com, Instagram. We have an app.
You guys crush on Instagram. You guys do really well.
Thank you for that. Yeah. And
Are you on TikTok yet?
We're on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
Follow Ike's on all the social platforms. We'll put links in the show notes, and be sure to grab a sandwich and tag Cali BBQ Media while you're at it. So we'd love to hear about it.
Thanks so much, Sean.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks so much.